Most people are using AI like a vending machine. One prompt in, one answer out. Put a question in the slot, take a response out, repeat. The people actually pulling ahead stopped doing that a while ago. They don't use an AI. They run a team of them. Specialized agents, each owning one job, coordinated by a system that runs whether they're at the desk or not. That's the gap between a smarter assistant and an actual workforce. Today, we're reverse engineering how a multi-agent system is built, the architecture underneath it, not the tool of the week. Here's where one chatbot breaks down. You hand it something real. Research a market, write the report, sanity check the numbers, format the whole thing. It tries to hold the entire job in a single context window, and quality quietly collapses. It forgets step 2 by the time it reaches step 5. It has no reliable way to check its own work. It can't touch your tools or your data unless you hand feed it every single time. One model doing everything is a generalist with no memory and no hands. You can prompt it better, but you can't prompt your way past a structural limit. The ceiling was never intelligence. It's architecture. We design and run multi-agent systems for real operations, not demos that fall apart the moment you push them. What follows is pulled straight from architectures we've built, broken, and rebuilt. I won't name specific frameworks because they change every few months. The structure underneath them does not. There are 5 pieces. Miss anyone and it stays a clever toy. Every real multi-agent system has one piece sitting at the top, the orchestrator. Think of it as the manager. It doesn't do the work itself. It decides what work needs doing, in what order, and which agent handles each piece. You give it a goal, not a task. Produce the weekly market report. The orchestrator breaks that into steps, hands each step to a specialist, waits for what comes back, and decides the next move based on the result. The leverage. You stop issuing tasks and start setting objectives. The system works out the steps. Under the orchestrator sit the specialists. This is the part most people miss. You don't build one genius agent, you build several narrow ones, kanekon. A research agent that only gathers and cites, a writing agent tuned to your voice, a critic agent whose entire job is to find what's wrong. Each has a tight role, a focused instruction set, and a small, clean context. And narrow beats general almost every time. A specialist with one job and the right context outperforms a generalist juggling 5. The leverage quality climbs because no single agent is overloaded, and you can upgrade one specialist without disturbing the rest. Agents that can't remember are just expensive calculators. The third piece is shared memory, a common state every agent can read from and write to. When the research agent finishes, its findings land in shared memory. The writer draws from there. The critic checks against it. Nothing has to be re-explained from scratch. This is also where your own data lives, your documents, your past work, your context. So the agents reason over what's actually yours, not just what the model was trained on. The leverage. Context stops being something you repaste every time and becomes infrastructure the whole system runs on. Here's the line between a chatbot and an agent. A chatbot talks, an agent acts. The fourth piece is giving agents tools, the ability to actually do things. Search a source, query a database, send a draft, trigger the next process. An agent without tools can only describe what should happen. An agent with tools makes it happen. This is where most of the real leverage lives and where most people stop too early. They build agents that advise when they could have built agents that execute. The leverage. The system moves from generating words to producing outcomes. The last piece is what separates a toy from a system, the feedback loop. With a one-shot prompt, if the answer is wrong, you're the one who finds out. In a multi-agent system, the critic agent finds out first. Output gets checked. Against the goal, against your data, against your quality rules, before it ever reaches you. If it fails, it goes back for another pass. The system corrects itself. That's why a well-built multi-agent system gets more reliable over time, not less. Every loop is a chance to catch what a single pass would have missed. The leverage. You review finished, checked work, not rough first drafts. Put those 5 together, Orchestrator, specialists, shared memory, tools, and a feedback loop. And you don't have a chatbot anymore. You have a system that takes a goal and returns a result. One operator, a team of agents. Output that scales with your objectives, not with your hours. So stop using AI like a vending machine. The people moving ahead aren't typing better prompts into a single box. They've built the architecture, a manager, specialists, a shared memory, real tools, and a loop that checks the work. You stop being the one doing every task. You become the one who designs the system that does them. That's the whole difference between using AI and building leverage with it. If this is how you want to think, systems, not shortcuts, subscribe. That's the entire channel. Engineering your digital leverage, one system at a time. And if you want the full architectures, the done-for-you builds, the parts that don't fit in 8 minutes, that lives at ectd.com.au. See you in the next one.